All right, we are back out here at our newest test flight facility. We have Sarvesh and Revanth here with us. Revanth being new on the team, although you did actually operate the camera your first day when we were doing the Develop Air Micro test flight. So if you remember that and didn't like the camera work, it's all Revanth. If you did like the camera work, I guess it's still all Revanth, but let's be real here. So in any case, we're going to get Revanth his first opportunity to fly a Develop Air, but it's going to be under the conditions of doing some updates or checking out some updates that we have to the iVue RC app. So go ahead, grab the Develop Air, we'll set it up there. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to plug in the radio really quick. So that's something that I'd imagine you would have no problem with if I didn't do it for you. All right, yeah, right there, perfect. All right, you gonna plug in the battery or are you gonna make me do that for you? All right.
All right, let's see. And there you go.
All right, back to the operation table. No more field surgery today. Let's hope not anyway. All right, and Revanth front and center in front of the computer. We are using version 1.6.0 of World's iVue and the iVue RC app, released yesterday at 10:11 p.m. following a meeting Mohit and I had. A late night call. Wouldn't you like to be a part of late night calls I'm a part of? All right, and I'm doing this for you. I should not be doing that. So open up the iVue RoboControl app and then select add a drone, and then let's see, I should even just see how intuitive it is without me talking. And so, unfortunately, this is where it gets not so intuitive. It's connect to drone, that was correct, and then STM32 virtual COM port, because that's, you know, apparently obvious that that's what this is. And so it looks like we're actually having a problem with the iVue RC app where we are not able to connect a Bluetooth or a USB or Bluetooth radio to it. We did a test flight earlier today and had the same issue and ended up just using QGroundControl. So let's see if I open up a new window, if that will do the trick. Oh my God, Jake. Oh, it might be because we're connected in QGroundControl. That's it. So it was just a Bluetooth problem that we were having earlier, and then I guess me being the operator in this case, operator error, QGroundControl was already open, and QGroundControl will automatically take the connection versus the iVue RC app, our app, you have to like manually select connect. So QGroundControl hijacked the connection, in other words, and now QGroundControl is not wanting to cooperate and close. I think we're gonna have to force quit it, and I don't remember the shortcut offhand anymore. Look at that. And we'll just stay in this new window, just to verify /V, still the same version. And I'll get you back to where you were. And now, presto, the magic man. All right. So we're getting satellite information, but we're not getting battery and voltage information, or really battery information in the form of a percentage and the voltage number. I'm going to reset the USB connection here, and I'm going to retry just to see if we're running into a temporary issue. And now we're not getting any information. Isn't it that lovely? Let's see if it's at least showing Develop Air's right position. So no, it's not even properly connected, even though the radio shows that we do have a connection. I am going to close out of this Chrome. I think let's just go back over to this window. And I should have checked the version again. All right, we're going to try rebooting and see if that reloads the information. So we're definitely connected to it, we're just not getting the information back. So I guess new bugs, right? Whenever you push new updates, new bugs are sure to follow, seemingly. Let's just test the production version and see if we're running into the same issue, which there's been no updates pushed. So yeah, it looks like the development preview version, we're running into a bug where it's not properly taking in all the information from the developer it's connected to. All right, let's go back to the dev version, and I think we'll still be able to operate with it. We're just not going to be able to monitor the information. Oh, look at that, and here we are. So some sort of bug, not sure exactly what's causing that. Mohit, maybe you can help identify what's going on there. And then we are back to having, this is one of the bugs that we are looking to have fixed today. So iVue RC will now track arming and disarming via heartbeats and heartbeats alone. Hopefully the safety arm flag works as intended. So this has been an ongoing issue that we've been testing for the last week, the last few test flight sessions. And we're just trying out a few different ways to get the arming and disarming button to properly recognize when developer is armed or disarmed, even if you're not using the iVue RC app to arm and disarm it. So if you're using a separate dedicated controller to arm it, it should just go from arm button, the arm drone, to disarm drone, so you can disarm it with the iVue RC software. Or if you arm it via the iVue RC software, it should also switch the same way. But in any case, you can see it's just going back and forth, and that's not what it's supposed to be doing. We can get around that. The other update that we should be able to test, or hopefully will be able to test, is last time I wanted to see what happens if you select disarm drone when you're in the middle of a flight, and ideally nothing, right? Because you don't want to accidentally disarm it when it's in the middle of the flight. But it triggered into a return to landing mode, and so while it's far from the worst case scenario where it disarms in the middle of the flight, had I selected the disarm button right there, it would have flown right at the table or right at us, and of course not ideal either. And then lastly, what's the third update? All status text messages will properly be logged in the terminal. Please keep the terminal open while recording your test video. And I guess we'll go ahead and do that now. And so, yeah, I guess Mohit, you can see there that we're just getting constant arm disarmed. So I guess all we can do from here now is zoom in, see if we can take off. And when we're trying to zoom in, it's not zooming in on developer's position. It was off-centered there. All right, we don't have the controller plugged in just yet, but we'll get that plugged in once it's off the ground. In the meantime, we're just going to select fly drone. And by we, I mean Revanth. So if anything goes wrong, Revanth, it's all on you. All right, fly drone, and then scroll down a little bit, and then arm and fly drone. And unless you want to change the takeoff altitude, just keep that at 10 feet and select launch drone.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Should I turn it
Can
on?
you say?
No, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess the arm button is now staying stagnant, so it's somewhat working better than what it was, but also somewhat working not as well as what it was either. Let's go ahead and get a controller plugged in, just for manual control if and when needed. And Revanth, you're gonna hold on to this. This is going to be up and down as well as rotate left, rotate right, and then this is forward, back, left, and right, actual movement, translational movement. Okay, and then going back to the gamepad's menu, just activate it by pressing any button. All right, it's activated. And now bring it down. I'm going to put it in loiter mode. Gently bring it down, just slowly bring it down. Yeah, slowly, 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 slowly. All right, and then let it hover right about, keep going down a little bit till you're a foot off the ground maybe. All right, and hopefully this will minimize the brake if I hit disarm and it actually disarms. Let me see what happens. I press disarm, and it won't let me. So perfect, that update is working as intended beautifully. So I guess half of one update is working. The status messages are working, so that's 1.5 out of 3. And then tracking, arming and disarming. I guess so we're like 2.5 out of 3 updates here. So that's really all that we needed to test. If you want to go ahead and fly it around a little bit more, you can, but so there's just different motor caps on them. And one motor cap, that front right one, is taller than the other 3. And even theoretically, with how the props spin, they should never spin off because they spin the opposite way in flight. Again, theoretically speaking. So, yeah, give it a go.
Wow.
Give it altitude if you would like. Altitude is your friend in aviation. And it does look like Develop Air is indeed facing the correct way, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. All right.
Man, you fly my drone like my grandma drives a car. I actually don't have a grandma that drives, that lives anymore, but you know, my hypothetical grandma.
I don't know what else I should do.
All right, no, I mean, if that's all you're looking to get out of it, just Sarvesh, have you flown Develop Air?
Yeah.
Do you want to give it another shot?
I'm not trying to break the drone yet.
You don't want rebuilding on your hand as well?
Oh, that's true though.
Whoa, easy, Sarvesh. Man, you're freaking wild man. Now we just need to get the follow me system with the camera working so we can come out here with a bike and do a Develop Air following the bike around the path, the pump trail, pump path, pump track, whatever it's called. Sarvesh, what are you doing, dude?
Trying to take us out with the drone, Sarvesh.
No, I pressed return to land.
Okay. I was gonna say.
Dude, Sarvesh, you're moving it just by thinking? Holy cow. I always knew there was a lot going on up there, but...
Yeah, I was getting scared. I was like, when I pressed down, why is it like rotating? I thought the controls were cooked, but okay.
All right.
I haven't flown a drone in like years. That was easy though.
You hear it from a brand new flyer. It was easy. Well, not brand new flyer, brand new Develop Air flyer. Haven't flown a drone in years. Doesn't get much easier than that, minus a few bugs with the iVue RC app. Again, constantly making updates to the iVue RC app. Thanks to these guys. Also constantly making updates to the different Develop Air models as well. So be on the lookout for all those updates and videos to come. Thanks for watching. Peace.